What's going on, everyone? Welcome back for another video. Today I want to talk about the Cloud Ascension trial. In fact, this is not gonna be a full guide video. I want to push that content because last time I was close to beat the difficulty 24 and I want to share that with you. As you can see here, this is the highest difficulty I was able to reach, and I am currently on difficulty 22. So we are going to see the different stages so you know exactly what do you have on every stage and why I was stuck on the stage at 24. I was so freaking close. I reached the last wave, the boss wave, but I had only 0.5% of my health remaining, but that wasn't doable. Today I hope that I can beat that content. We are gonna see that together, but first of all, let me show you the build I am gonna use for most of the stages. So if I go here to my presets, I'm using an avian preset with my full combo crit rate build. I'm using an archer class, of course. Here, these are the skills I'm using. The goal is to reduce the movement speed of enemies. That's why I'm using the Thorn Thicket and the Snail here with my pals. I'm trying to have more damage with the pals, have more damage with the 100 slashes and the clone, and be more tanky. That's why I'm using the damage immunity with Blitz Assault and the heal. This is important to heal between the waves. Stages are not considered as boss stages. You don't care about the boss damage increase with the book, okay? So these are the relics I'm using. Full combo at my prayer statue with my talents. On my archery tree, I went for Gale Barrage on the right, 2020 for the base attack speed and the global combo. On the yellow branch, I went 20 on 20 for both the combo and the crit damage, and I went for this one, Eager Momentum, to have some more crit damage during the run. On my Fury tab here on the right, I went for the crit damage only. On my sorcery branch, I went on the yellow branch to unlock this one, the temporal compression. So directly at the start of the fight, after casting a few skills, I'm getting some more attack for the entire run. That is a great one to have. And then I went for some more attack here and tried to increase this one to have some more skill regen, important for the run. And there, finally, on my Tame Beast, I tried only to increase my attack, HP and defense. For my enchants, I'm using 2 sets of crit damage and 1 set of combo. Here on the rune number 5, I have basic attack damage resistance, that is important for that content, combo damage as main stat on the rune number 4, and crit damage on the rune number 6. And then I'm trying to have only global combo with the substats. For my awakening seals, I'm using these. The goal is to have more damage and still have some defensive stats. This is why I increased a bit my HP, crit resistance and defense. But offensive stats first. For my souls, I went for these ones. Most of my pawns are into the combo, crit damage and attack and HP. These are the main stats. You want to have some crit resistance because yes, you can take some crit in that content, and if you take some, you will lose a lot of health, so this is always great to have some crit resistance and some defense. And finally, for the items I'm using, of course, the Beast Robo, because this is the best artifact to use for the waves. You can clear the waves, it's super easy using that, but don't worry if you don't have it. Try to find a player on your server using the Beast Robo. He's gonna be your main damage dealer, and your role is gonna be to be the tank. So you will see that almost at the end of the video. This is what I use to pass the higher stage in the Cloud Ascension trial, so stay until the end, you will see that. Then I'm using the Cloud Drifter because it's increasing by a lot the damage you have in AoE thanks to the Beast Robo, but if you don't have it, you can use the Round Frog instead. This one, if you don't have the Beast Robo, if you don't have great damage, you will one-shot some enemies every 10 seconds. This is a great amount to have for that content. And you can get it in a Lucky Spinner, so try to get it. And finally here for the back accessory, I'm using the last one we had because you will get some more attack speed, energy regen and pal attack speed, which one I don't care at all, but the 2 other stats are amazing. If you don't have it, before I was using this one instead. A great one to have some more stats, defense, attack speed and everything you need. You have also some skill regen and it helps a lot. that avian is the best one to take. Of course, if you are an archer, you will have a really high amount of damage bonus thanks to the skill of that avian. And for the substats, you want to have shroom combo first, a rage bonus first. These are giving to you a huge amount of crit damage and a huge amount of combo. And finally here, I got some more combo and some more crit resistance. Okay, so enough talk, let's go in that content, try to recruit someone. Let's see what do we have here. Back accessory, yeah, that mount is great. So that player, it is a bots player. So this is not a real player, but it is based on the build of someone, I guess. Here you have the cheetah mount, so I'm gonna put that player in the front line so he will stay alive a bit longer, and you will see that the 3 seconds of death immunity on that player count a lot, matter a lot. And you have the bow as well with the archer skill here and the right skills. So this is exactly what am I looking for. And level 150, let's check that player. You have the round frog, you have almost the same, but no cheat amount. A bit more tankiness on that build because the level is a bit higher, but yeah, I prefer the cheat amount here. You will understand why. So let's select that player. Let's enter that content. Stage 22, 1, and generally I go with that. So let's start the fight and let's see how does it work. Oh, by the way, I need to change the delay on my skills. Here on the Thorn Thicket, generally I go with 0.5 seconds because generally at the start of the fight, you need to wait 0.5 seconds before the enemy are here. So if you cast that too early, you are wasting 0.5 seconds and I want to avoid that. So then on the damage immunity, generally I put 7 seconds because I don't need to use it directly at the start of the fight. And on the heal skill, let's say here I want to put 10 seconds because I'm not gonna take any damage at all at the start. And on the second player, you have the Thorn Thicket as well. So here, instead of 0.5 seconds, I'm gonna put 3.5. And for the other skills, damage immunity, 7 seconds as well. And for the heal skill, I want to put 10 seconds as well. So I think I'm good to go. So let's start with the first stage, 22-1. There is no extra effect, so that's gonna be super easy. So enemies are getting reduced, slowed down I mean, and they are already dead. So that one is not that hard. This one can be hard to beat because every time you kill an enemy, you take a lot of AoE damage. So let's check how it goes. You will see that the first one is dead. Look at the damage I'm taking. So there is no way I can beat that. Or I was able to beat that because of the cheat amount, but yeah, let's be honest, this is not something that I want to do. I have no health anymore for the next stage, so I am just gonna repeat this one. But before, I'm gonna change my skills. I'm gonna cast the heal after 3 seconds, and the Blitz Assault, I'm gonna cast it after 7 seconds, so I'm not gonna take any damage at all after 7 seconds. I think this is the way to go. So here, I said on the heal, I want 3.5 seconds. And let's retry that fight, just to try to have some more health at the end of the fight. So I take the first hit, second hit. Okay, I have to use the Blitz Assault a bit earlier. So let's cast it after 4.5 seconds. I think it's gonna be enough. And let's retry. It should be better that time. Okay, so normally now I'm gonna have the Blitz Assault. Fine, everybody's dead. And I have more health than before. If you don't have the Beast Robo, there is another way to pass that stage. Use the Eye of Raven artifact if you have it, and the goal is gonna be to retry until you can cast, thanks to the Eye of Raven artifact, the damage immunity, the Blitz Assault directly at the start of the fight. So you will keep your cooldown on it, you will avoid taking some damage at the start of the battle, and you can cast the Blitz Assault one more time during the run. Let me tell you that you need also for that build to work to use the Round Frog mount. You will see that using that mount during the run, I have less damage than with the Beast Robo and the Cloud Drifter, but still, with that mount, I can one-shot one enemy every 10 seconds, and it helps a lot. So I just need to delay my Blitz Assault to have it after the 10 seconds so I can tank the damage. So let's check the fight again. Here, as you can see, I have the Blitz Assault at the start of the fight. My friend didn't have it. I still have the cooldown on the Blitz Assault, so I can cast it now. 2 enemies died in a second. I took no damage at all. My friend is gonna die. I'm still alive. I'm gonna kill the last one, and the fight is over. So now for the next stage, I want to put no delay at all on the heal because I want to heal directly at the start. Same for that player, active skill number 4, no delay at all. And there we go for the next stage. On that wave, enemies are immune to damage at the start of the fight, so you need to slow them down and have great damage after that, otherwise they are gonna have time to reach you and deal a lot of damage to you. Okay, so this is over, time to jump on the next stage. Lamp Thief here. So you have no threat in here, you just need to have a lot of damage. So there we go. Look at that, you are taking no damage at all. So this is the easiest stage ever in that content. Next stage, Cloud Master increases all monsters' attack by 10% every 5 seconds after the battle starts. So here you have waves of enemies plus the sheep boss. So let's try that fight. So here you have the boss and he's summoning some enemies over time. But hey, he's already dead, so no threat at all for now. And finally, on the boss wave, Zombie Brad kills all targets below 20% max HP every 1 second. So here you need to be sure to have a lot of health, and if you don't have a lot of HP remaining at the start of the battle, make sure that you cast the Blitz Assault directly at the start, plus the heal skill, so you will remain alive longer. So there we go for the boss wave. Already done. So no threat for me for now. Next difficulty, 23, first stage. I'm gonna remain on the same positions. There is no effect on that stage. Enemies are slowed down and they are already dead. Second stage, all monsters gain 70% damage resistance, and this is reduced every 2 seconds by 5%. You want to deal a lot of damage at the start of the battle. You need to remain alive during a long period in that battle if you want to kill the enemy. So let's check that, and we are gonna try to replace the mount a bit later. Use the round frog because the round frog is perfect for that fight. So now enemies are starting to take a lot of damage. Okay, the fight was almost over, but let's say that I don't have the beast bow, I don't have the cheat amount, etc. Let's change my items just by curiosity, and what if I use the round frog? So let's go here, use the round frog instead. There we go, and instead of that artifact, let's just use no artifact at all. Okay, so time to try that. So let's check the enemies. After 10 seconds, one is gonna be one-shotted. Okay, that one at the top died instantly, but that time they reached my friend and so they were able to kill him. But there is something to do here in that situation. You need to put your heroes like that, and so they are gonna need more time to reach you, and during that extra time you will be able to beat them. So let's try that to see if there is a difference or not. We are both using a Thorn Thicket. I have the snail. They are really slow now. One has been one-shotted at the top. They are almost on contact. The guy at the top is starting to take some damage. The round frog killed another target, and I was able to beat the fight. By the way, don't try to use 2 round frogs. It's not gonna work. They are gonna target the same enemy, and so you will kill only 1 instead of 2. Stage number 3. Players on positions 2 and 4 receive damage equal to 1% max HP per second after the battle starts. So I'm just gonna stay here with my characters, and it's gonna be okay. Okay, they are slowed down again. AoE damage with the bows. And they are already dead. The Beast Bow plus the Cloud Drifter is an amazing combo. I'm gonna repeat the content. You will just see the difference when I'm using another mount instead. So let's say that I'm using the cheat mount just in case I need to survive. And let's retry the same stage. And check the difference in damage on enemies. Do you see the difference? So, next stage, Cloud Master summons 5 minions every 10 seconds. So, you need to stay in the back line. So, they are gonna struggle to reach you. You have time to kill them. And this is the way to go here. Okay, so everybody's dead already. And finally, that stage here, Cloud Master activates a Crimson Moonfall every 6 seconds, dealing some AoE damage and increasing the next damage of Crimson Moonfall by 20%. That stage is really hard, but for this one, you want to put your comrade in front. If he has the cheat amount, he's gonna survive longer, and only him will take the Crimson Moonfall damage. So let's check the fight. You are gonna take a lot of skill damage. This is releasing skill damage. So now I have the damage immunity, but a bit too early, so this is not great. So I'm coming back here, and instead I'm gonna change that. Instead of 4.5 seconds, I think that 6 seconds is better, or maybe I should cast it after 7 seconds. So the first time I'm gonna heal, and that's exactly what I want to do. So let's come back here, retry the fight, and normally it should be better than before. So I take the first hit, and now he is getting some heals, and he's gonna cast the damage immunity so he can tank that attack, and he is gonna die. He was still alive? No, he died. Okay, he died. Instead of the Thorn Thicket, because my friend is also using it, I don't need it. I'm gonna use the Smoke Bomb. So the boss is gonna take more damage. No delay at all. And here, I'm gonna put 0.5 seconds. Let's try that again. And normally, it should be different that time. Okay, what happened? He took a crit, I think, with the skill. And so he almost died at the start. That is better that time. So come on, my friend, stay alive. Damage immunity, that was perfect. The boss is taking a bit more damage than before. He's almost dead. It procced the cheat amount, but at the time, my friend is still alive. 0.2% of his health, but this is still better than before. And now I can access the last stage of the difficulty. After dying for the first time, the zombie bridge will revive himself and then get more attack and more attack speed. So I'm gonna still stay in front line with my friend, but at the time I have no health remaining, so I'm gonna cast the death immunity directly at the start, and I'm gonna heal directly at the start, so normally it should be better. The boss is gonna die really fast, so normally there is no threat anymore. Okay, what happened? Did I kill him twice? This is weird. This is weird, but now I am already on difficulty 24. And by the way, when you reach the difficulty 24, you unlock some more rewards in here. So I have 2 more slots, and you unlock, if I remember correctly, these 3 extra rewards here. 200 hearts, 400 experience, and 20 scrolls. So these are great rewards. Okay, so guys, back to it. I'm gonna put myself here and let's try the first stage. No effect, as always, on the first stage. And the wave is already over. Second wave. Each monster's death increases other monsters' attack by 20% and damage resistance by 10%. So this is way harder than before. So this is why the Bistro Bow, one more time, is amazing for that content, because you are gonna release crazy AoE damage and you will kill everyone together. The fight is already done. If you are struggling to pass that content, try to ask a friend who has the Bistro Bow to help you, and you won't struggle that much after that. Third stage, all monsters are immune to damage for 5 seconds every 15 seconds. A bit harder than the previous one, because they got that directly at the start of the fight, but I'm stacking the attacks, the crits with my Bistro Bow, and so after a certain period of time... Okay, what happened to my friend? He's already dead. That is pretty sad, so I need to retry that. I'm gonna put my friend in backline, so enemies will need more time to reach us. I think it's gonna be better like this. Okay, almost done. Fine, that was okay. Next stage. That one can be a bit hard. You will understand why. You can use only one character because positions 2, 3, and 4 are gonna get one-shotted. So I'm just gonna put my friend here in resting position, but I'm gonna change something before. You will see the difference, in fact. Here, let's try with my current build. I'm in position number 2. Yeah, that is stupid. Let's put myself in position number 1. You will see the difference with the build I'm currently using and the build I'm gonna use right after. So here I'm using the heal skill directly at the start. This is not a good idea. I am using the blitz assault, so I was immune to damage. But now I'm taking a lot of damage, and this is bad because for the next stage, this is not gonna be optimal. The next stage is the hardest one of the rotation. So I'm just coming here, and instead of my avian build, I'm gonna use my grumpy big head build. The goal here is to survive a bit longer while dealing some damage. You will see that. Let's check my delay on skills. 10 seconds on the blitz assault, why not? And the heal cast directly at the start of the fight. Let's try with that. We are gonna see what it does. Okay, so for now I have my clone. My clone is dead. He's gonna start attacking me. I still have the shield, no shield anymore, but I have the blitz assault. He's taking a lot of damage. I'm gonna reduce the damage taken thanks to 100 slashes, cast the shield again, and soon I might have the heal. And no, I killed him too fast. I wasn't able to get the heal. But this is something crucial for the next stage. I need to be full health, otherwise I won't have any chance at all. Because that stage is a nightmare. So I have no choice but to restart again. So here I'm gonna put no delay instead, and I'm gonna cast the heal after 10 seconds. So let's retry that fight. My clone is dead. I still have the shield. I'm starting to take some damage, but I have the heal skill. There we go. I cast the other skills. I have the shield, damage immunity again. But I'm still healing a bit. I'm almost full life. I don't know if it's gonna be enough for the next stage. We are gonna check that. But for this one, I have to change my build. So I'm gonna change my build to my boss build. This is really different than before. And I need to change the delays on my skill. Here, for my clone, I need to add 2 seconds of delay. Otherwise, this is gonna happen. My clone is getting one-shotted at the start of the fight. So I'm losing a lot of damage. The Cloud Master is gonna release some AoE attack every 5 seconds and burn the targets, making them receive 50% basic attack damage per second until the end of the fight, stacking unlimited time. So you need to kill the boss really fast if you can, otherwise this is gonna be a nightmare. So let's add a delay on both my clones, 2 seconds. If you put 1.5 seconds, your clone is still gonna die. For that fight, you have multiple things to take into consideration. First of all, you can control the boss, which means that the disarm, the stun, and the launch rate can work. So this is why I'm using the Rabbit Pal, because it helps me a lot to launch the boss. And when he is in the air, he can't attack me, so my comrade and myself are surviving longer. Second thing, sometimes you will take some crit damage and you will take a lot of extra damage because of that. So you need to die and retry. This is the only way to pass that stage. You need to be crazy lucky on your control procs with the launch of the rabbits and on the crit damage you take. And then there is a third thing. Here I'm using 2 damage dealer build, and the one in front is a damage dealer. He is dying too fast, so it is not working. It can work, but I need more stats on my guys to deal more damage to the boss because the fight is super short. And in fact, I was able to beat that run with only 0.5% of my health remaining at the end. And this is not what I need for the next stage because I'm gonna be alone versus 3 different bosses at once. It will never work. So here I decided to change my comrade, and instead of a damage dealer with the bow artifact, I decided to go with a tame beast with some regeneration rates and a lot of HP. 293 billion HP, a 6% regeneration rate. And this on the skills, he has the blitz assault, so he has a lot of survivability. He can lower the attack and the attack speed of the target thanks to both the cactuses, and he's also using the frog mount, so just in case it's gonna help me to clear the waves before reaching the boss. And he's also using the flame artifact, which one is summoning a clone immune to damage during 2 seconds, really often during the fight, and so this will also help me. So let's check the fight. I have the clone. He's taking no damage for now. My clone is starting to take some damage. I don't have my clone anymore. I have the Blitz Assault, which means that I took no damage with the first Dragon Breath. With the second one, I'm starting to take some damage, so it's really bad for me, but the boss is already half HP. Another Dragon Breath, but I had a lot of heals on me, so I am still alive for now, but that time I am almost dead. I proc the effect of the cheat amount right before the end, but I was able to beat the boss and I am still alive even if I have 0.0% of my health remaining. So then, it was time to face the last stage of that difficulty. 3 bosses with the same stats. So here I just changed my skills delay so I could heal directly at the start of the battle. I can cast the Blitz Assault now. My friend is still alive even though he took a lot of damage, and the fight is over. So now difficulty 25 unlocked. 3 more rewards in here. And now it's time to start with the first stage of the difficulty 25. So that stage, same configuration as before. I am using the Thorn Thicket again to lower the movement speed of enemies. So now they are struggling to reach me and they are already dead. Second stage, each monster's death fully regenerates the other monster's HP. So that effect can be really annoying. We will check that. So here, I'm slowing enemies down one more time. They are struggling to reach me. They are starting to take some damage, but did you see that? Everybody healed. That was crazy. And now they are already on my friend, so my friend is almost dead. He can regen some health, but now he died, so I have to retry. So now I am just putting my 2 heroes in backline. So the goal here is to try to save some times before they can reach my heroes. So they are slowed down, one is dead, full life again. Another one is dead, so they recover their full HP one more time. They are trying to reach me out. Another one is dead, 2 left only. They are still taking a lot of damage though, and the frog mount on my friend helps me a lot as well. And the fight is already done. Let's check the third one. All monsters have 70% damage resistance and they are losing some every 2 seconds. So we already had that fight in the past, but with less stats on enemies, so let's check how it goes. Slow them down. As on the previous stage with the same effect, you need to slow them down and to put yourself in backline to try to stay alive longer. So they are gonna lose some damage resistance over time and you will inflict more damage to them. Look at that, they are still not dead and they are almost on contact. And now my friend started to lose some damage, but hey, I had enough damage, they are dead. Let's continue with the stage number 4. Cloud Master has an extremely high defense and ignores max HP based damage, and vulnerability inflicted by Windborne Arrow. So let's check how it works. But before, let's put my friend in front line. So I will recover my cooldowns and he's gonna have a shield. Okay? Apparently the boss is taking a lot of damage, so where is the increase in defense? That was absurd. Stage number 5. Which one is generally the hardest one? Cloud Master summons 5 minions every 10 seconds. Trigger at the start of the battle. Okay, so it doesn't seem really hard right now. So let's try that fight and see how it goes. There are 5 minions. One-shotted by the Beast Robo artifact. That was crazy. The boss is also taking a lot of damage. He summoned again the 5 minions. They are already dead, and the boss is almost dead too. So in fact, that fight was super easy, way easier than on the difficulty 24. This is weird. In fact, the hardest stage was on the difficulty 24. And finally, the last stage of the difficulty 25. The boss is gonna revive, but remember last time I had that effect, the boss didn't revive at all. So let's see how it goes here. That boss is super tanky in comparison with the previous ones. Half HP. And almost dead. Okay, he died without any revive at all. So hey, I completed the entire rotation of the Cloud Ascension trial for the first time. That's insane, guys. And so now, if I check the rewards here, I have more stuff to collect. 200 extra hearts, 500 extra experience, and 1 million gold. But I don't really care about the gold. If you are curious to know about the rewards I am taking, you can see them here. I'm mostly focusing on the hearts and the scrolls. They are giving to me a huge value on my account. Same comment for the mountain health empowerment gear and for the cakes. Then the experience, of course, is great for the avian, so the more you have, the more the extra stats you have, thanks to both the stats given by the avian and the affixes. And these are basically everything I am taking here. So guys, that was all for that video. I hope you enjoyed it. If it's the case, as always, don't forget to hit the like button. Have a really nice day and see you on the next video. Bye bye.